Hello, so in this video we're doing Cha Cha technique. So this is for when you've got the steps down in the other video that you should have hopefully seen. So it's basic tips to make your whole Cha Cha look better. So my first tip is Cha Cha is mostly done with locked knees, so that means not bent. Bent is the opposite. Locked is where, you know, straight legs, that's what you want. So you want that all the way along, and the only exception is when you're bending your knees to do the cha-cha. So, for example, if I was to do the basic beginning of our routine, you've got your knees locked, and they're still locked when you move to the side, and you know, still locked when you go back and when you go forward, and then they're bent for the cha-cha, but then they're locked again on the final cha, if that makes sense to you. So, I'll say that one more time. So, locked leg, locked leg, locked leg, locked leg, bent, bent, straight. So if you can manage to do that throughout, it takes a lot of practice because it's not natural to do really, to have your legs that straight, but it will make it look better. You want to keep your cha-cha, so by cha-cha I mean cha-cha-cha. You want to keep your cha-cha steps fairly small and close together. You want it tight. Because if you do big steps, it doesn't look as nice. So how my dance teacher taught me was you use the inside of your foot to go to the side. So if I show you, like, this is an over dramatic version where you use your inside of your foot to go to the side. But if you use your inside of your feet for the first step of the cha-cha and the second step of the cha-cha, it gets your hips moving. So if I was just stepping, I'd be cha-cha-cha. When you use the inside edges of your foot, which yet again is like unusual to do because it doesn't feel very natural at all. If you add in that, you get cha cha cha, and then the hips go, and it just brings it together a little better. Technique with the New Yorkers. Now I'll do that this way so you can see. So when you're doing your New Yorker, and this is the slow one because there's differences between both of them. With the slow New Yorker, when you come forward, you want your front foot turn out a little bit to the side. For example, you want it turned out to the side of which you came from, if that makes sense. So if I go this way, it's turned to the left because that's where I came from. And if I was going to the right, I want it turned to the right because I came from that direction. And when you've done that, you want all your weight on your front foot. So as my dance teacher used to say to me, nose over toes. So by all your weight in your front foot, it means that back leg, if you can see, that I can lift that up and I'm perfectly stable because all my weight's on my front foot. And yeah, and you want to keep your legs locked again while we do this. With the technique, I would suggest start with one thing and get that, you know, used to that, and then add in another thing. Because the problem with ballroom and Latin is that there's so much to remember all at once that once you start focusing on one thing, you know, other things go and fall behind. So start with one thing first and put that into place and practice that, and then slowly add in another thing. Don't try to do all the technique at once because your brain will just get, you know, unless you've been practicing, your brain will get a bit confused. So yeah, when you do your New Yorkers, front weight over your front leg. Also a note for arms with New Yorkers. In ballroom and Latin, whether you have your arms out to the side or up, we tend to lower our middle finger. So for example, if I was having my arm out, you can see it's bent, like so it's not straight out, it's relaxed, slightly bent, and the middle finger down. And then if I go up, I'm doing the same thing. The middle finger is slightly down because then it makes the line look better. And then also with the quick New Yorker, because it's quick, you don't have enough time to think about all these things that I've just done. So if I show you the slow New Yorker, you know, this is what this looks like. In comparison, the quick New Yorker, it's better if you keep your knees together. I don't know how well you can see that, but so this is the quick and then this is the slow. So if your knees are together, it helps you turn a bit more. So if I do a quick New Yorker, I'll go both ways. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it helps you just having your knees together to keep your balance.